Hello, everyone. Welcome to this MyYes webinar. If you are following, please say hello in the comment section. I am Julia. Say hi. What's your name? And where are you? So I'm curious to know because I like meeting MyYes students from all over Italy. So today we will be talking about the past. Our objectives for today's lesson: talking about the past. In this focus activity, talking about yourself, past simple and past continuous, talking about experiences. So we will be reviewing past tenses to speak about your experiences, past simple versus past continuous. So today you need to tell me about yourself. So I'm waiting for your comments. This will be useful practice to speak in the past. So I see, hi Maria from Bari, Sonia from Bergamo. Nice to meet you. It's great to meet you. How are you? Now I'm in Milan and it's a little bit cloudy today. It wasn't a sunny day. What's the weather like there? Good. I'm happy to hear that you're well. Very nice. Talking about the past. Now I want to know about you. Where were you born and raised? Where and what did you study? It could be primary or secondary school, college or university, a master's or a professional degree. So now please write about your experience. Tell me about yourself. So it's warm in Bari. That's nice. And it's cloudy in Bergamo, just like here. Okay, so speak about yourself. Where were you born and raised? Where and what did you study? It could be primary, secondary, college, university, master's and professional degree. So I see some more viewers here. We have Sonia and Maria and others. So please say hello in the comment box if you're following this lesson and tell us about your past experience. Where are you from? Where were you born? Where were you raised? So let's notice that these are passive forms. Okay, so where were you born is a passive sentence. You are not active active when you are born. Your mother gives birth to you. So you receive the action of being born. Hi, Alessio. Nice to see you. In the same way, you were raised. You receive the action of being raised. Great. Let's see Maria's example. I was born in Bari. My primary school was small but nice. My teachers were kind and handsome. Now I study at university. That's very nice. What do you mean, handsome? I don't understand handsome. Handsome means beautiful for a man. And Sonia? Very good. I was born in Bergamo. Perfect. This is passive, so don't forget I was born is the correct form. Very good. Where were you raised? Awesome. That's a good idea, Antonio. Awesome. Maybe he means awesome. Maybe Maria means awesome. That's nice. Awesome means wonderful. Awesome. Wonderful. Yeah, great. Now, Sonia, Alessio, Antonio, please tell us about your school experience. Okay, no problem. Antonio, no problem. Awesome, wonderful. Great. So it's great to hear all your comments. So please keep writing and tell us about where you were born and where you went to school. There you go, Alessio. I was born in Naples and I studied in the same city. I've lived in Naples for all my life. 100% Alessio. Perfect language. Well done. Very good. You use the present perfect too because I've lived in Naples for all my life. This is an action that began in the past and continues to be true in the present. So you use the present perfect. Caterina, welcome to our lesson. Hi, I'm Caterina from Livorno, not so far from Pisa. It takes 20-30 minutes by car. Great. Really good English there too. Wow. Okay, so Caterina, tell us where you were born and where you studied. If you want, everybody, you can be more specific about what type of studies you took. Tell me a little bit more. Maria, what do you study at university? Here we go, Caterina. I was born in Livorno, where I grew up. I graduated in cinema in November at the University of Pisa. Wow, I've played the piano since I was a child. We have amazing language tonight. Wow, you guys. This is all perfect. So, Caterina says, I was born in Livorno, and that's a passive. Where I grew up, phrasal verb, very good. to become older. Very nice. To grow up. I graduated in cinema in November, and that's past simple because it's a finished action in the past. Amazing. I've played piano since I was a child. So Katerina still plays piano now. So it is correct to use the present perfect. Really well done. Antonio, I was born in Rome and I got a master's degree in electronic engineering at university in Rome. Great, amazing. Well, very good work there. It's great to hear about all of your experiences. Katerina, what did you graduate in? Cinema, right. Katerina graduated in cinema. Wow, so many talents here. Sonia, I studied in Bergamo many years ago, and now I work in a sofa shop. Wow, that's very nice. I need a new sofa, by the way, Sonia. Maybe you can help me. I need to buy a new sofa. There we go. Maria, I study math. I graduated last June. Now I study for a master's in math. Wow, math is very difficult. Well done, Maria. Great. Guys, it's great to hear all this from you. I'm really pleased. Okay, now let's move on. Talking about the past. Match to complete the short autobiography. So here you have sentences that are divided in half, in two parts. So please match the two parts to make complete sentences for this short autobiography. So I want you to type in the answers with a full, complete sentence in order. Okay, so Katerina and Sonia say, I was born in the country. I grew up just outside of Vienna. Okay. Very good. Everyone's working really well. Great answers, everyone. So Elisa says, I was born outside of Vienna. It could be. Both are correct. Both of these possibilities are okay, actually. So Katerina says 3D. I went to school to get a master's in art history. A, B, C, A, B, C, D. Or Sonia says, I went to an art school. That's also a possibility. And Sonia says, 4, I studied both. So Alessia says, isn't it right? I was born outside of Vienna. It's definitely correct. There is no problem with that sentence. We don't know if it's the correct answer here. Maria says, I studied both history and visual arts. Nice, well done. Then we have 5D. I worked at A, B, C, D. Well, Right, I studied both history and visual arts. I went back to outside of Vienna? Not really. I worked at an art school. It's a possibility. I worked at a gallery for a while. Okay, so great answers, really well done. Now let's take a look. I was born in the country. I grew up just outside of Vienna. I went to an art school. I studied both history and visual arts. I worked at a gallery for a while. I went back to school to get a master's in art history. Okay, great work, everyone. Okay, for a while, what does that mean? For a while, it means for a period of time. It's not really a specified period. Okay, very nice. Good work. Here you go. Now it's your turn. Your autobiography. So use these prompts, these beginnings of sentences to present a brief autobiography about yourself. You have 6 sentences. So we have a question from Antonio. During that period, so when you say for a while, it means for some time. It is not the while for contemporary actions. That's a different while. A while here is a noun. For a while, for a period of time. Now use these sentences to write your autobiography. So you already began telling me about yourself, so you can continue your story now. Continue your autobiography. Anybody want to complete these sentences? I think you're all working hard there, working at your autobiography. Very good, Maria. I was born in Italy and I grew up in Bari. I studied at Scientific High School for 5 years. Well done. Alessio, I was born in Naples. I grew up in Naples. I went to school where I studied economy. I worked like an accountant intern. Okay, for a job, we say I worked as an accountant. Very well done. Elisa. I was born outside of Milan, where I grew up. I went to school until 3 years ago when I graduated at university. of Milan Bicocca. Very nice, okay? So the past simple of grow is grew. Pronunciation, I grew up. I grew up. One year, okay, very good, Caterina and Antonio. I was born in Livorno, where I grew up. I studied cinema at the University of Pisa, and I finished my studies in November. Before this quarantine, I went to Berlin, where my sister has lived for about 1 year for work. Wow, that's great. Well, I'm happy that you made it to Berlin before the lockdown. That's very good. Okay, so I have one correction. I finished my studies. Here, studies is a noun, plural. And we have Antonio. I was born in Rome. I grew up in Rome. I went to the university and I studied electronic engineering. I worked in a computer company. Then I went to Barcelona and I worked as a project manager. Amazing. Well done, Antonio. Great to hear. By the way, we haven't seen in a while. Haven't seen what in a while? Now I'm curious. Haven't seen what in a while? Now you need to fill this sentence because I am curious. So it's correct, it's a present perfect, but you haven't seen, you need an object. Hi, I'm Deborah. Welcome, Deborah. I was born in Naples and I grew up in a small country called Quarto. I studied biology at Federico II University. I have never worked because I'm still studying. And your English is amazing. Well done, Deborah. Great. So now I'm waiting for Antonio to fill the mystery gap. We haven't seen something in a while. Ah, you haven't seen money in a while. It's a difficult time right now. I know. It's difficult. It's a crisis right now. Okay. Great work, everyone. Let's continue talking about experiences. Now, you're doing very well on this. What tense is used to talk about a finished action in the past? What tense is used to talk about something in progress in the past? Now, please answer these two questions. Well done. Okay. We have past simple for finished actions in the past. Great answers. And we have past continuous for actions in progress. Of course. Excellent. Well done. Okay. I knew you would have no problem here. So here's an example. I grew up in the countryside just outside of Seattle. My parents bought a farmhouse there before I was born. They were trying to live a simple, rural life. Now please identify past simple and past continuous. Okay, very good. So for the first one, I grew up, it's past simple. It's a finished event in the past. My parents bought a farmhouse. Well done. Okay, so bought is the past simple irregular. Very good. Past simple. I grew up, I bought. Bought is past simple irregular of buy. Great. So we said that was born is past simple and it's passive. Right. Okay. So Alessio says past continuous, I was born and we're trying. So actually, here you see verbs that have an auxiliary. They're composed of two parts, but actually was born is the passive form. So you have for the passive, verb to be with past participle. So for past simple passive, past simple passive, you have the past tense of the verb to be, I was, with the past participle, born. For the past continuous, you're right, we're trying was past continuous. Of course, past continuous active form. Okay, past continuous is the past tense of the verb to be plus the gerund ing form for actions that are continuing in the past. So you're all great at grammar, very good. Past simple versus past continuous. The past simple is used to talk about experiences which often have a specified time in the past. Example, we went to the Caribbean last year. Well, lucky you. If it was a continuous action, we use past continuous. Example, what were you doing last night? We were dancing at the beach nightclub. We also use the past continuous with the past simple to talk about interrupting actions. Okay, so this is when we make a longer sentence. We were swimming in the ocean when we saw a sea turtle. So here you have two sentences. We were swimming is a continuing action in the past. Then you have when plus past simple for an interrupting action. Now, interrupting. Did we continue swimming after or not? We don't know. Sometimes we continue the action. Sometimes it stops with the interruption. So remember, when always goes with past simple. Now let's take a look at this grammar. Interruptions. 1, we use to introduce the past simple. 2, we use to introduce the past continuous. So please fill the gaps with the correct word. Okay, I like your examples, Katerina. I was cooking when the phone rang. That's amazing. Perfect. Did you continue cooking or did you stop cooking? We use when to introduce the past simple. Well done, Alessio. And for number 2, while, as Katerina says. No problem at all. Well done. Now we're going to practice. Fill in the blanks with either the past simple or the past continuous. Now I want you to write the number of the sentence and the form, the correct form of the verb. Okay, so Antonio says, and Caterina, Alessio, I was sleeping when the pizza man arrived. Great, guys. So, well, that's a nice way to wake up, with a nice warm pizza. Okay, so Alessio says she saw a celebrity while she Caterina, she saw a celebrity while she was driving to work last weekend. Well done. That's the right answer. So the continuing action, she was driving. So imagine she was driving for a long time, maybe 20 minutes, half an hour. While she was driving, she saw a celebrity. Interrupting action in past simple. So we have for number 3, the people were playing soccer in the park when it started to rain. Perfect, well done. A very common experience. And don't forget, the subject of started to rain is it. It started to rain. Remember this form. It started to rain. Remember the subject, it. Then we have, for Antonio, he texted while he was watching. Yes, that's fine. Actually, here we have 2 simultaneous continuous actions in the past, because it is possible to use past continuous while past continuous for multitasking. Now, Antonio has a question. Who's the pizza man? Look at the picture. Past continuous plus while plus past continuous for multitasking, doing 2 things at the same time. Okay, so Antonio, the pizza man delivers the pizza. Delivers pizza. Okay, great. Okay, now we have an interesting grammar topic, stative verbs. What are stative verbs? Stative verbs are verbs that describe how something feels or seems. Seems means appears. They're not actions. They're not used in the continuous form. So many of the verbs that we used are action verbs. For example, to watch, to drive, to play, to text. These are all action verbs. There is a different type of verbs. Some examples of stative verbs are have, appear, seem, love, like, hate, believe, understand. And these do not take the continuous form. You can't use these with the ing form. I have some comments from you guys. Katerina, teacher, sorry, one little question. What did you do yesterday? What were you doing yesterday at 2 p.m.? Right? Yes, that's correct. Well done, Katerina. When you say, what did you do yesterday? It is a finished time. Yesterday is a finished time in the past. And it is correct to say, what were you doing yesterday at 2 p.m.? Because normally we are doing something that lasts at least a few minutes. So I can say, I was teaching yesterday at 2 p.m. I can answer your first question saying, I taught 5 classes yesterday. Okay, long action at the specific time. That's right, Antonio. Okay, so Antonio says, I'm liking her, I'm loving her. Are these correct? These are stative verbs. So actually, according to grammar, you cannot use stative verbs in the continuous form. So in practice, especially in North American English, in informal register, it has become accepted to say things like, I'm loving it. And that comes from the McDonald's advertisement. I was drinking a beer at 2 p.m. yesterday. I drank all night long. Seriously, Antonio? Come on. Really? Well done, guys. Stative verbs. Find the mistake in the sentences on the right. Be careful. Some of the sentences are correct. So now you need to tell me which sentences are correct. And for the ones that are not correct, I want you to correct them, please. I know, Antonio. I was hating the new Spider-Man movie. Interesting. Okay, Katerina says, I hated. That's better. Definitely better. Okay? Because the verb to hate is a stative verb. It describes a feeling, not an action. You can't use it in the continuous form. Okay? So this is interesting. Maria says, I hate, present simple. Katerina says, I hated, past simple. Normally, when you watch a film, you finish watching the film, you can express yourself using the past simple because you watched the film in the past. I hated the new Spider-Man movie. Number 2, she seemed happy after work yesterday. Sonia says, correct, and I agree with Sonia. Oh, sorry guys, oops. Okay, number 3 is okay. We saw our friends at the supermarket today. Fine. Now I have a little question for you. For number 3, we saw our friends at the supermarket today. Can you think of a phrasal verb to use here instead of saw when you meet your friends unexpectedly? Okay, guys. I'm asking you for a phrasal verb for number 3 and Katerina for, okay, number 5. Okay, let's go for number 4. I was having a headache. You're right, Diana. Welcome to this lesson. I had a headache. Okay, have is another verb that describes a state. Number 5, believed. Okay, well done. Okay, you cannot use the verb believe in the continuous form. My son believed in Santa Claus last year. That means he doesn't believe in Santa Claus anymore. And for number 6, they wanted to go to Ireland on vacation. Okay, I'm seeing some answers. I asked you for a phrasal verb for number 3. We have meet up. We have saw our friends. Okay, when you meet up with friends, you have an appointment. It's not unexpected. Okay, when you meet someone unexpectedly, you use the verb to run into. It's a phrasal verb. So in this case, it would be we ran into our friends at the supermarket today. We met them unexpectedly. Oh, bother. Another phrasal verb to remember, isn't it? Okay, I have another question. Yes, Katerina, run into. Well done. So, Deborah, can I say I was having breakfast yesterday at 8 a.m.? Of course you can. It's fine. Well done. Oh, you knew it. Okay, you see? Trying to teach you something new tonight. Okay, they wanted to go to Ireland on vacation. No problem at all. Now let's come to our last slide because this is a fun game. 2 truths and a lie. Write 3. I'm going to ask you to write 1 sentence using past simple or past continuous. Use when or while in your sentence. Don't use stative verbs in the continuous form. So you're going to write 1 sentence. Remember to use when or while. It can be true or it can be a lie. So write your sentence and the other students will guess. Is it true or not? Do we all know what a lie means? Write one sentence using when or while plus past simple or past continuous. It can be true or it can be a lie. So a lie means something that isn't true. So Antonio already said one lie tonight. So this is another one. I ate 2 pizzas at the pizzeria yesterday. Well, let me think. I don't think that you work in a pizzeria because you're an engineer. And I doubt that the pizzerias are open. I think it's a lie. My mother called me while I was attending the English lesson. I don't know. I think it's true, actually, Maria. For spelling, mother. Antonio, he's really good at this game. He really likes it. I colored my hair yesterday. Oh, well, I can tell from your picture that I don't think it's true, although it would look good. Sonia, I lived in Madrid for 2 years. True, I think. Not gonna lie. I lied. You are right. Great, guys. Keep them coming, please. Keep on with these great sentences. We have Antonio says he lived in Paris for 1 year. And this could be true, actually. Okay, something isn't working now. Okay, I lived in Paris for 1 year. Is it true, Antonio? Maybe it's true. Okay, Alessio, I've lived in Naples for all my life. I believe you, Alessio. I think it's true. Oh, Antonio says this is the best webinar ever. Well, you guys are the best students ever because you're writing in so many comments to keep this lesson going. And I really love that. It's great to hear from all of you. Oh, Antonio, you're so nice. Thank you so much. It really helps sometimes. Yesterday, I was going to the grocery shop when my mom called me and asked to buy some carrots too. Amazing sentence. No problem there. And I think it's true, Katerina. I think it's true. That's something that a mother would do, I think. Oh, Alessio says he likes this webinar. Oh, you guys, I'm so happy to hear that. It really helps because, you know, when you're a teacher, normally you speak to your students. In the webinar, I can't speak to you. I can't listen to your pronunciation. I can't correct your errors in the same way. So it's really great to hear that you're enjoying this webinar and this type of English learning. Please continue to follow the MyS webinars on this channel, and I'll see you again soon. Have a great evening. Bye, guys. Bye-bye. Me too. I hope to see you soon.